again, friends and loyal Wolfpack members, Maelstrom here, and welcome back to Into the Black, the series where we go and just explore the great unknown, the final frontier, and basically just talk about random stuff. Now, right now we have Commander Mel Reynolds here, and he's on his way to the Lagoon Nebula. So, let's go and have a look just how far away we are. Now, we're really not all that great of a distance away now. As you can see, we are about 10 jumps away from entering the Lagoon Nebula. So this is going to be epic. In fact, I've also got a second little system in there set, which I believe is one of the rather special stars in the Lagoon Nebula. It's actually an O-class star. So we're going to go and have a look at that. But right now, in this system, you can see that we were just hanging around basically a water world. It was a very small water world. And basically, I was just looking and thinking, oh, wouldn't it be nice to go down there and have a little fishing trip? Yeah, that'd be awesome. And I'm just going to And we're just going to keep doing what I usually do, which is start a fuel scoop whilst scanning the star that I'm scooping from. And then just check out the rest of the system. Oh, look at these. These look interesting. That looks like a potential water world. Yep, that's a water world. And we've got high metal content. So let's go for both of these. We'll go for this one first. I mean, yeah, we've scanned that already. So we'll go there. Oh, look, and they're actually undiscovered. That's awesome. I'd never really expect to find these kind of planets undiscovered so close to the Lagoon Nebula. But then again, knowing my luck, that'll probably already have been discovered by the time I get back to the bubble. Because we're not just going to this nebula, we're actually going to go and have a look at another couple. Because as soon as we finish with this one, we're going to head over to either the Trifid or the Omega Nebula, I think. We'll have to see which ones we feel like going to, basically when we finish with the Lagoon Nebula. Because the Lagoon is actually the first nebula I ever went to visit back in the day, I should say. Well, basically back during Season 1, when I first did my Exploring Elite Dangerous series. And it's actually the first time I actually met... Oh, going a bit too quick. Loop of shame. Well, it's technically loop of correction. That's what I get from when I'm talking too much and not paying attention to where I'm going. But yeah, I actually met Ant for the first time in the Lagoon Nebula, which was quite amusing. Right, so what we got? Yep, high metal content. Yeah, I imagine this one was, but anything special about it? Not really. A little bit less than half an Earth mass. Let's go and have a look at this one, because this one's going to be a water world. Whether it's going to be terraformable is going to be another issue. But yes, no, I was doing a little bit of reading up on the Lagoon Nebula, and I found out that it's very difficult to see with the naked human eye, because to our eyes just aren't strong enough, and we can only see it like as something like that kind of a grey colour. But having a look at it through a proper telescope, we can actually, or a powerful enough telescope, we can see that the nebula itself is actually red. So that's really interesting. Apparently it's something to do with the hydrogen gas and the spray of something becoming ionized by the strong light of the massive stars. So that's interesting. I'm doing it again. I'm not paying attention to where I am flying. Because I'm currently just looking up some notes that I've got. Well, not notes, I'm just looking at a website with information about the Lagoon Nebula. So obviously I'm not paying attention to where I'm going. So there we go. You know what, let's get a bit closer. A lot of the things that I'm often told is I don't get close enough to these planets. So yeah, it is a water world. So we've discovered ourselves a water world. That's awesome. And let's get up a little closer and have a look. Because this one's a little darker than the previous one we were flying around a couple of systems back. So let's turn off the orbit lines. It's always nice to do. And here we go. This is our undiscovered water world. That is awesome. Just look at it. Now that is awesome, though I don't suspect there's going to be that much more in this system that we're going to be interested in. I mean, we've got a couple of Jovians. Yeah, basically gas planets. That one there, actually it's only one, the rest of them look like rocky ice worlds. That one looks interesting, but yeah. You know, if I find a landable ringed world, I'm definitely have to go and have a look at that. I just really wish I'd got an SRV with me, but unfortunately the hauler's just not big enough or not set up well enough in order to get one of those. It would be nice to have one, but whatever. What can you do? So, but ooh, what have we got here? What's this? Degraded emissions detected. Let's go and have a quick look at that, shall we? What have we got? Canister large survey cache. Yeah, nothing we can do with that. We've got no cargo, so it's not like we can take it with us. I was just really curious because I was not expecting to see a unidentified signal source out here. So yeah, let's just get our butts moving. We've got a few more jumps. We've got another 9 jumps. Let's see if we can go and make them this episode. Hopefully we will. If not, then we'll have to go and get into the nebula next episode. But I'm pretty confident we're going to be able to manage it. Now we've got choices. We can either go and just scan the main stars, which I usually like to do. In this case I'm definitely going to do, because these are both completely undiscovered, which is nice to have. And the second one's so not far enough away that it's going to be a pain in the butt to go and scan. Because what we can even do is throttle down now, and potentially... Ah, no, we have to get a bit closer. Because what I was thinking is potentially scanning this one whilst we were still scooping. But it seems we have to get a little bit closer. I'm curious to see how close we have to get in order to start scanning this one. But it's really nice to find stars that haven't got names on them already, especially this close to the Lagoon Nebula. Because this kind of quadrant in space has been extensively visited. This is like one of the more well-trodden paths. If you really want to find systems that and a lot of awesome things that have not been discovered previously, you really just have to pick a random direction and just go that way. Not basically just forward, backwards, side to side, like diagonally up, down and everything as well. So you've really got to go and choose just a direction, go that way, and see what you can find. I mean, that's what I did when I kind of went and discovered Planet Bob. Now, for those of you who are unaware, I don't imagine there's many of you, but Planet Bob was a ringed Earth-like world that I discovered when I was out on my way towards Sagittarius A for the first time. Now, what me and another friend were doing was we were actually starting from the bubble, working out at like about a 30-degree angle or something from basically away from Sagittarius A. So we were going out sideways, so about a 30-degree angle, to about midway point and then turning in. So basically a diamond flight, taking into consideration both of our ships, which is why we called this series the Jack of Diamonds. I think it was called. Yeah, I think it was. And along this way I actually went and found Planet Bob, which was absolutely spectacular. It's I think it was like a 2.2 Earth mass, Earth-like, with a metal-rich ring, which is absolutely spectacular. Now, if ever there's a chance that I can go and... If there's ever a chance Frontier allow the Wolfpack to actually go and colonise a system that far out, then I definitely want to go that way. Because I believe it's only about 8,000 light years away from the bubble. I say only, that's actually quite a distance, but it's not terribly bad. And it's really awesome. It's a great system. I really like it. I'd love to be able to have a mining base out there or something, just completely taking advantage of the pristine metal-rich rings. That'd be epic. but it's probably never going to happen. And there we go, look at that, we had to be about 5,000-ish light seconds away to actually go and start scanning this one. So this star is not as large as it could be. But flying over here is eaten into the episode time already. So, yeah. We're basically just getting closer and closer. But we're taking our time getting there. Because I'm not going to just rush straight into the Lagoon Nebula. Because I've been there before and I want to go and find other things on the way there. If I can get my name on... Oh, it's even a K-class. That's awesome. So, that's great. That's everything in this system scanned. Now, one thing I'm definitely not going to go and start scanning is asteroid belts, because you don't get any recognition for them whatsoever. So I'm not even going to worry about that. But yeah, we should have 8 jumps left to go. Yes, we do. Now, the thing is, if the local systems are kind of dull and boring, we're just going to move on very quickly. But if we find something interesting in them, then we're definitely going to go and hang around for a bit. Because it's not like I need to go and push this series along very quickly at all, is it? But I do enjoy actually just coming out, just exploring randomly. Oh, hello. Big yellow star. I'm thinking this is going to be a G-class, maybe? Anything else in the system? Anything useful? Ooh, definitely a water world, maybe 2. And some high metal contents. Right, fuel scoop's complete. I'm definitely going to go and scan this one and this one. Now, they have been discovered previously, but I don't mind. It's all credits in the bank at the end of the day, and that's what we want. Because not only are we going out here, we're also trying to make money. Because Mel needs some money for a brand new ship. Not only that, we have to be careful because we don't even have rebuy for this ship. So, yeah, we might be able to afford it with a loan. I think we should be able to. Because I think the default loan for somebody who is harmless, which I think we are, yeah, 0% harmless. Yeah. I think that's about 20,000 credits, I think. So we should be good. I'm not 100% certain, but it doesn't really matter. Even if I get blown up, I'm not overly worried about it. Because right now, you can see I'm currently a dealer. And what that reason for that is basically I just transferred over some basically palladium from my main account, Chaos Wolf, over to this one. Just so I could afford this exploration ship. Because I just wanted to use this account, get out and have a look at the black. And it's really nice just being out here. And here we go, another water world. I knew this one was a water world, even though it doesn't really look like it. If we get a bit closer, we can get a bit more of an interesting look at it. Because I believe this was actually a brown water world. A lot of players, actually, when they first go out exploring, don't really realise that water worlds are not just blue. So, here we go. We'll get a little bit closer. And here we go. This is a water world. Now, it doesn't look much like a water world. In fact, it looks a little bit like when you've got oil and you throw it over water. It looks a little bit like that. But this is actually basically a water world with a highly carbon dioxide rich atmosphere. So it just makes it look kind of like a bluishy, purpley brown colour. So yeah, these are water worlds as well. Aren't you surprised? But we do have another one that we're going to go and have a look at, and that is this one. Now, whilst we are going, and this is actually a candidate for terraforming. Terrestrial water world with an active water-based chemistry and carbon water-based life. Very nice. Atmosphere. Actually, this one's ammonia. It's not carbon dioxide. So this is basically a halfway between a water world and ammonia world as well. So I wonder whether or not that one's actually going to be worth a good amount. And there we go. That is the second one in system scanned as well. And this, it looks more like the traditional style of water world that we're all used to. All nice and blue. And having a look in the system map, we can see that this one is actually not terraformable. Let's see, it's 1.3 Earth masses, so it's got 1.24 G's worth of gravity. It's terrestrial water world with active water-based chemistry and carbon water-based life, so it may already be good enough for human habitation, though I doubt it, considering it's only got 2.1% oxygen. But maybe it's just too cold, I'm not sure. Surface temperature is 301 Kelvin. But 301 Kelvin's actually basically 27.9 degrees Celsius. So that's not too cold. In fact, it's actually kind of summer. It's summer-esque. Well, it is actually summer weather. So quite literally, this is almost really like a day at the beach, although almost, except kind of like minus the land. So yeah, I wonder what else might be making this not good enough for terraforming. Don't know. Maybe it's the. I'm pretty sure we have got a good amount of nitrogen in our own atmosphere. Not sure. But all I know is it's not got enough oxygen. But oh well. And I know I was actually saying earlier that carbon dioxide worlds are the ones that look brown, and usually they are, but that one actually had the most carbon dioxide atmosphere I'd seen. So it just goes to show that you don't really always know what I'm on. I don't always actually know what I'm on about, which is something very important to take away from today's video. But yes, onwards and upwards. We've only got a few more jumps to go until we actually enter the Lagoon Nebula, and it's been a long time since I've been into a nebula. Well, I'd say that I've been to Maya a few times recently, but that's mainly just because I'm going there for what's the word I'm looking for? I'm going there to go and get ships modified. I'm basically just going there for Palin, and that's it. There's no other reason for me to actually be there. Yeah, this system's kind of boring. So let's just finish the scan and move on. There we go, we've got this scanned. I don't know if this system's been scanned previously or not. Yeah, it has. And there we go, let's bring the orbital lines back up again, because I don't want to accidentally fly too close to the star and basically become Icarus 2.0. We don't want that. If you're flying around and you feel scoop, make sure you've got orbital lines turned on. The amount of times I've forgotten to turn them back on after recording and flown straight into the lower corona of a star and just fallen out because I've fallen out of supercruise because I've been too close. That's ridiculous. The amount of times I've done it is silly. But then again, I am seriously dyslexic and constantly forget everything. I'm told by family and friends that I'd forget my own name if it wasn't shouted at me often enough. Oh well. But yes. Again, we're going to go and scan the stars, just because this is just a nice little constant little stream of income. Nothing else interesting looking in here. I mean, we've got a star over here, but that's going to be a good distance away, I suspect. 22,000 light seconds. It's far enough away that I don't really care at this point. Especially for a brown dwarf at that point, because that is going to be a brown dwarf, even though it is like bright crimson red. So I'm not particularly interested. I mean, it could be a red dwarf, but I doubt it. I might be wrong, I'm not sure. I mean, let's have a look. What does it say about it? L-class dwarves. That just isn't a class L dwarf. It doesn't say whether it's brown or red. But I suspect that's actually a brown dwarf. Or it's like on the borderline between brown and red. Let's see. Yeah, again, it's just other stars. That's definitely a brown dwarf. And I'm pretty sure that one is as well. Yeah, it's class L. I do believe L's are brown dwarves. Class T. Yeah, they're definitely brown dwarves. So yeah, they're really not of any real interest, apart from if you just really want to get your name on something to get yourself put down in Elite Dangerous Infamy. Because, you know what, I've actually lost count of the amount of celestial bodies that I've got my name on my main account on Chaos Wolf. I know I've got at least 60 black holes or so under my belt. So that's awesome. I've got at least 10 to 20 Earth-likes, including Planet Bob. There's also Bill and Ben. Yeah, just name them after the flower pot men. I mean, people were actually thinking I was naming them after the Kerbals for Kerbal Space Program, but at that point I wasn't even playing Kerbal, so I didn't even know who the what the reference was at all. Oh, here we go. Nice G or F class by the look of it. Let's see. So there's potential. Oh yeah, look at that. This is an F class. Nice, and an M class. Yeah, I think G classes are a little bit. I don't know what it is, but I think G classes has a little bit kind of an orangey greenish more tint to it. I think. So look, you can tell we're actually already getting to the Lagoon sector. Actually, we are in the Lagoon sector already. We're getting close to the Lagoon Nebula, I should say. Now, how far away is that, and how close do we have to be? Now, we're only 10,000 light seconds away, so hopefully we're not going to need to be too close to, but it is an M class. So I'm guessing around about 5,000 light seconds. But, you know what, only time will tell. And how many jumps have we got left? 3 jumps. Okay, I'm pretty sure we're going to manage this quite easily. So let's actually go and scan this and then head over, because we haven't got many more jumps left to go. Maybe we'll even have a look at a few of the systems inside the Lagoon Nebula as well. But I think I'll leave looking at that O-class star until next episode. Because I'm thinking I might want to go and explore that system a little more, especially if it proves to be something really interesting. Yep, and I was right, it's around about 5,000 light seconds that we needed to get to about, well, we had to get to around about, I think it was around about 4,800, 4,900 maybe, that we needed to get to actually start scanning this. But we're getting it scanned, and we can actually see the Lagoon Nebula off in the distance over here. Yeah, look at that. So that's awesome. And we've got it scanned. It's an M-class red dwarf. Oh, that's thought. I need to actually go and target. There we go. I really do think the Lagoon Nebula is a very interesting colour. There's some really deep crimsony kind of reds in there. But a lot of it's kind of greeny as well. There's a lot of different colours in there. I mean, with the Trifid and the Lagoon Nebula, no, the Trifid and the Amiga Nebula, one of them is really, really purple. And here we go. We've got another 2 stars. But we've got a K class and an M class again. Okay. Right, how far away is the other one? 200,000 light seconds. I am not stopping for that. And sod that for a game of toy soldiers. So let's get out of the corona so we can start dropping heat. There we go. And let's just go and come about whilst we're charging our FSD. So we should be there very, very soon. Yeah, 2 jumps. So this is like the penultimate jump. Well, until we get to the Lagoon Nebula itself. Because one more jump. This is basically the last jump until we're actually in there. And here we go. Again, we're going to go and scan the star while scooping. Have we got anything interesting here? There's a bunch of ring gas giants, but I'm not overtly worried about those. There we go. So let's just go and get ourselves moved over into the nebula itself. Because it's been getting bigger and bigger. Oh, look at that. We just tipped over from our little overflow tank thing. Because we've actually got 2 tanks. We've got a dinky little tank, which feeds our frameshift drive engine. And then we've got the big engine, which kind of just we use when we're jumping from system to system and so on. So here we go. Completely full of fuel, that's awesome. Well, almost completely full of fuel. We're always burning some, aren't we? Yes, we are. But yes, very soon we're going to be in the Lagoon Nebula yet again. We can't really see much of it at minute because... No, we can't see much of it. Oh, and have a look at that. Yeah, I knew this was... I thought this was actually a blue star. I think this is an A class, I think, we just jumped into. And we've got 15 new things in here. Oh, look at all that. Now, these have all been discovered previously, but that's awesome. I mean, just look at that star. I mean, just look at that thing. That is huge. And it is bright, brilliant white. That is absolutely spectacular. What I'm thinking is we're probably going to have a look at these two. I mean, how far away are they? 1,000 something light seconds. It's entirely possible that they might be terraformable. But we can look as well. We can see around the ship that we don't really see the nebula around us. Now that's because of light pollution from the main star. In order to actually see the nebula around us, we do actually need to go and fly away from the main star and just get away from its light pollution. Now, I'm not sure if we're going to be able to see too much in this particular system, for the simple fact that we're not really that far into the nebula itself. I mean, we can see... I mean, there we go, look at that. We can see some of it there. That is awesome. But it's not like it's engulfing us at the moment. We're kind of feeling like we're still very much on the outside. Because over this side, I don't really see anything. But it could just be that we're just not far enough into the nebula to actually be able to see it. I suppose we'll have to make a few more jumps and have a look a bit further in. Alrighty, so here we go. We've got the first one of these planets being scanned, and it's just a high metal content. Anything interesting about it? Not really. I imagine this one's going to be the same. It's got an atmosphere on there, and we can see that it's showing up quite intensely with the light from the local star. Now, I'm not sure if I'm going to be bothering too much to go and scan this one. It really depends how far away it is. 4,000 light seconds, I'm not overtly fussed. So, let's go. And... no, not Jack Station. There we go, let's delete you. Because that's the system that we're in. Oh look, that's one jump in. Alright, maybe we'll go and have a look at something a little bit different first then. There you go, let's go and have a look at that one first. I actually thought it'd be a few more jumps to get inside, a little bit of a hop, skip and a jump kind of deal. But no, it was just quite literally jumping straight there. And look how vivid the colours are now. Now that we're far enough away from the main star. I mean, that colouring is absolutely spectacular. So I'm really curious to see what it's going to look like once we get further in. And here we go, we're into another one of these heavenly white stars. So let's go and scan. Actually, I haven't pulled the scan trigger yet. Let's go and do that. There we go, discovery scanner's gone and pinged. Ooh. Ooh. Oh. That. Wait a sec. I do believe that is a water world. So that is going to be interesting to go and do. That's a water moon. So let's get away from the main star. And again, you can see that we can't actually see anything next to the star itself, apart from the dashboard steaming up. Just because we were getting a little bit warm. Now I'm definitely going to go want to have a look at this one. Now, it's when you're in the heart of a nebula like this, you're going to find it really hard to find a system or even just anything that hasn't been scanned by somebody else. Because, like I said before, these are the really well-trodden paths of Elite Dangerous. Now, let's have a look around as well. I mean, we're getting away from the main star, and I'm still not really seeing anything here. we should be in the centre of the nebula itself. I mean, we should be seeing something fairly soon. Well, this part of the system so far, we can see not a massive amount. We're quite a good way from the star itself, although the star, I've got to say, is somewhat bright. But we do have... I think we're just probably in a particularly dark area, maybe. But oh well, I know there are places here that are a lot brighter. And here we go, we've gone and scanned that water world, or the water moon I should say. So let's have a look at it. It's a candidate for terraforming. That is awesome. It is 0.2766 Gs, so 0.6 Earth gravity, so that's not going to be terrible. Surface temperature is 311 Kelvin, so around about 30-ish degrees centigrade, or Celsius. I think they're both the same thing. 22 atmospheres of surface pressure. Sorry, 0.22 atmospheres of surface pressure, I should say. No volcanism, carbon dioxide rich, but a lot of oxygen. A lot of carbon dioxide. That's awesome. That's like perfect. We could literally just fly down and go for a fishing trip kind of deal. So that'd be epic. Really wish I could actually get down there. Let's have a bit of a closer look, shall we? And so here it is. The little terraformable water moon. Now that is a spectacular sight. And I've got to say, it would be amazing just to go down there for a little fishing trip. But you know what? I think it's poetic, kind of, to go and start this episode of the Water World and to finish it with one. So that's going to be it for this video. I do hope you guys have enjoyed it. Like the video if you liked it, dislike it if you didn't. Neither of those good enough for you, that's what the comments are for. And you can always go and smash that bell icon, join the notification squad, so you never miss any videos from me. But anyway, I've been Commander Chaos War from Sci-Fi Gaming. You guys, as always, have been epic. I will see you soon. Until next time, my fellow explorers, keep flying and stay shiny.